noticed they showed a couple of really cool exteriors of ARK 15 close up on the nose gun.
Yes. They're illicitonium firing weapon.
Yeah, that's what fires the creepy, weird substance.
Yeah, they really haven't explained what that does or why that makes it better than just having an artillery cannon on your nose.
Does it melt, or is it just highly caustic and burn through gloves, or
because it's not like it's slinging nukes around or something, which is a thing you could do.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll find out. Maybe that's one of the things they've held in reserve.
It could be,
or it might have been a gimmick, just giving them something to scan for when they were scanning for things.
But, it just seems like the whole gun apparatus is unnecessary. Just strap some missiles to the side of the thing and a control system. There you go. You don't even need to, build anything into your superstructure.
Yeah, just release the missiles and remote control.
Yeah, no, there's no need for these cannons.
Last video, you pointed out at the climactic conclusion when the door opened and the guy fell in and Kelly came into the room and pointed the gun, they had the bomb.
Yes.
I blame Michael Bay and previews because, you see any preview nowadays and it could be for, if they remake The Color Purple, somehow they're going to work up into it. So every time they do, and it's because I watched a little bit of this season's worth of Picard.
Oh, God, yes. Picard, it is out of control.
They show an external of the spaceships and you get the whale honking noise.
It is constant. As good as Picard season 3 is, it is just over the top. They have they have leaned on that blah button so hard. It blahs constantly. I assume they have some sort of blah-based drive.
Well, it's space. There's no sound.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's the drive. It puts out. It's like a subspace transmission and just puts out blahs constantly as it moves.
Yay, wife got shot.
Well, not yay, because she's evil and she's manipulative, and I liked that about her.
I just didn't like her voice, but okay, all right, yeah.
She was, a scheming manipulator, and I want that around to make things interesting.
Yeah, I'm surprised they actually went through with it. They killed her ass off. She's done.
I know, right? It seems like they're just abandoning a potential plot line that could be really cool.
Kelly, when she's holding him with the gun on him, she saw Lane spinning around her the whole time and getting ready to jump, and she was basically just trying to make a point. So she has obviously boosted physical skills. She's strong and fast. Unfortunately, I don't want to say it 100% kills the android theory, but the fact that she has a mom.
Well, she thinks she has a mom.
Oh, you're right. Or
yeah.
What if, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
You just load the AI with no knowledge that it's an AI, and you raise it as your own daughter.
So I was wrong. The theory is still in full force.
Android Watch is still in effect, yes. Baby. Yeah.
Woo. And then after those two real action-packed scenes, they cut to the bridge, and the bridge is still sitting there just talking about, why aren't they firing? Dude, it's been 10 minutes. Shouldn't you have asked that?
Maybe we should do something. I don't know.
Try to run or move or I don't know, do something. And then they see the shuttle being detached, and they're like, oh, maybe it's a boarding party. And they're like, okay, let's crew, PA system. Let's mount a defense. And I'm looking right at Felix going, with what, motherfucker? You had those really sweet assault rifles with scopes and banana clips. I bet you're really feeling like an asshole right now. I just like how Felix has never once copped to actually flushing all the guns.
Yeah, he's keeping that on the down low. Only him and Kelly know. So the bad guys are headed for the ship. So step 1, lockdown.
Attention all personnel. This is Lieutenant Garnett. We believe ARK 1 is about to be boarded by personnel from ARK 15. For this reason, I am ordering a ship-wide lockdown.
Lockdown!
Yeah, she's like, I really got to do it. I really got to lock the ship down. She knows that people are going to get slammed indoors and die horribly, but she's like, we got to do it. We're going to... And I figure the lockdown instigating has got to be infinitely more damaging to the crew than the boarders could be. So did she make the right choice? Maybe not. And also, that term probably has some very strong traumatizing connotations for everybody. Why not call it battle stations or general quarters? Nope, she called it a lockdown.
Nope, we're doing a lockdown again. Everybody, look out. And, of course, it flashed to several random milling crowds, and everyone looked shocked that the doors were once again sliding shut.
I know. That shit happens like every third day. You think they'd be a little bit like when people go through doors, they should like really quickly like skip through them kind of nervously, like every time they go through a door.
Yeah, and the lockdown klaxon, it sounds, and everything locks down. Couldn't they have like maybe a 5-second delay? The klaxon sound, and then all the doors roll shut?
Warning, doors. Yeah.
Something like that.
Plus, they had 3.2 months of relative peace. No big, giant, calamitous things happening as far as we know. You think you would have drilled all those milling motherfuckers and the raving bastards in, like, general quarters. You think that would be something that people would know how to respond to. So the captain would just not say lockdown, but say general quarters and have people respond appropriately. The scar tissue left over from last episode's betrayals.
Oh, yes.
That's still hampering the crew. We saw that with Bryce and Eva.
Can we lock down the shuttle hatch so they can't get in?
I could torch weld it.
I'll get someone else to do it. But for all we know, she's on their side.
Oh, and they get in the argument, and then boom, all of a sudden, Breva's out in the open.
Yeah, and everybody's just kind of staring at them like they're not about to get blown up by ARK 15. They're too busy engaged in the soap opera drama. And
like, woo!
Likewise, you saw the rift between Yelena Gryffindor. I'm going to say Gryffindor.
Okay, Gryffindor.
There we go.
I'll come along.
No, you stay here.
Why?
Because I no longer trust you.
You need all the help. I'm sorry.
Andrew's not here. Just for him, I'm going to make the obligatory Yelena is the android insertion. Do we have any more, like, yay or nay on that? Any evidence this episode?
Not really. She was acting more human than she's ever acted. This was like her big episode here.
Yeah, we found out her nickname / partial last name and had some scenes and showed emotion.
Yeah, and she feels bad that Felix is upset with her, and she's trying to get him to trust her again, and he just straight up doesn't. And, he really could have used her later on.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely.
He should have trusted her.
I'm sure as you're watching the episode, you saw my next fwu moment.
Which are we talking about here?
My theory that Kelly wasn't planning to steal, just trust.
Oh, good. Angus, you saved me from having to come find you.
What is she doing?
She's also kidnapping Angus. My initial thoughts were partially validated by this episode in that she saw him as a valuable asset and thought she'd get like a couple of extra pats on her head for bringing Angus because he was such an asset to, a burgeoning colony that's having severe problems.
Oh, sure.
But also, she's a psycho hose beast. She really, right? She's really trying to get Angus like to marry her and stuff. She's infatuated.
Well, she doesn't understand human interactions like that, so she's working on it.
Yeah, it's the classic case of when the confused robot bonds to a human being.
Or they took the memory engrams from a human being and planted them in the robot. And I know exactly which human being that may have been. Perhaps Felix's daughter. Dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. They got to do something with that before this season's. At least I hope they do.
Yeah. They can't just let that one just go out into the ether. That's that would be a huge disappointment right there.
Yeah. I mean, we could be doing this a year from now, going through season 2. I'd say the likelihood of that is maybe 20 to 30%.
Yes. Let's pray for the ARK, man. But, the ARK just pulls surprises and pulls out of its ass all the time. So maybe it'll pull a second season out of its ass.
They obviously don't have a huge budget, or at least we're not. They don't have any famous actors. They don't have.
Yeah, they don't require a huge budget. They're telling the story anyway. They're like old Doctor Who.
They had to repel borders, and that was kind of a cool scene when Eva was doing the welding, and all of a sudden the laser comes shooting up.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was really cool.
Now here's my thought: boarding party doesn't want to go on a suicide mission. Is familiar with the exact layout of a ship that they're assaulting because, they just left that ship.
It's the same as theirs, yeah.
Why is them getting spaced somehow a surprise? Why didn't they prepare for that? I don't get that.
Yeah. Why didn't they come out in EVA suits? That should be step 1.
That was just shit writing.
Maybe nobody on ARC 15 liked these guys, and they were all just basically a distraction.
Cannon fodder.
Yeah.
I had a little bit of a problem. Eva's working her ass off to weld that porthole shut, and Bryce is there trying to instigate like a whole, like, you know.
Oh, he's throwing drama while she's working.
Yeah, dude.
You're a commanding officer.
Back off, dude. So, yeah, that was a little bit like, what are you doing? There's a time and a place. His roguish, scoundrelly antics have been indulged too much, and occasionally you need to slap that shit down.
Yeah, he's out of control. He's a maverick.
That was very maverick of him, yeah. Katana time!
Yeah, Felix jumps in and, oh, it's a fight! It's a battle! Whatcha!
Felix was saved by his plot armor. Kelly had him dead to rights after shocking him.
Yes, that is absolutely true.
There's no reason to leave him alive. She has no compunctions about killing the enemy, which Felix was.
She should have just shot him, and then, like, the next scene, Felix examines his Kevlar that he was wearing.
And when you're wearing Kevlar and you get shot, you always have to rip your shirt open so the audience can see the vest underneath.
Or it could have been a little, like, metal picture of Robert or something that he had from before.
They should have done that. They missed so many chances to do that. Plus, they made Kelly look like an indecisive bitch, which up till now, she hasn't been. She's been working a plan.
Yeah. She's been on a mission, and that showed, like, a whole weakness right there, and suddenly she's less scary.
I think if the show goes on, here's one prediction for the future. She will eventually be turned by Angus and her relationship with him to be a good person. She will become part of the crew if there's a season 2.
She will say, I know now why humans cry.
Because at the end of this season, she's going to do a big a Blade Runner soliloquy, and it'll be awesome. As Yelena always does, and she should really worry about this. Every time she goes and opens the door to some place where people are stored, they're either dead or dying. Every single time. She opened the door after the whole suffocating incident.
Right.
And she opens the door this time, and there's Mrs. Trust. She's there bleeding it out. You think she'd stop opening Briggs.
Yeah, she'd have some sort of trauma about opening a door or something and just, like, have to stop and take a breath before she opens any door with her, like, eyes closed.
And in fact, if Andrew was here, he'd say that's proof she's an android because she's not reacting appropriately to opening secured storage spaces. The final gasping breaths of Mrs. Trust, and she the whole time she's dying, her only thoughts are twisting the knife in cat for f***ing her husband.
She is so petty. She knows.
That was like the most in character death.
It was.
That's like next level cattiness where you're literally dying and you want to like just fuck with somebody in your last moments.
Stayed in character.
So good for her. Good character. Well done.
Even Darth Vader was magnanimous in the end.
Yeah. So Mrs. Trust is actually more of a dark force than Darth Vader was. Evelyn Maddox. We've heard that name a few times.
Yes, we have, as the evil force that took over his company.
Just right away, they're just like, bam, that's mom. That's Kelly's mom. And she's a disapproving mom. She's harsh.
Kill him and put him in the Noor.
Oh, you figured that out too? Never mind.
Angus is like, oh, you figured that out too.
He's such a nerd.
That was good. I like that. Also in that confrontation scene, Maddox is berating Kelly for not retrieving the package. Oh, you got trust. Big fucking deal. Oh, I wanted the package. They wanted the package.
The package. What was the package? Yes.
Spider DNA.
Spider DNA, yes.
They're going to try to turn their whole planet into Spider-Man.
Well, I immediately thought, you got to have something to fight the tardigrade people. How about spider people?
That's good.
They're going to make spider clones. Hell yeah.
And I guess Clampkin's cure.
Yeah, for this disease that we know nothing about except that it's fatal.
Yeah, and it's all Trust's fault.
Yeah. They should at least tell us what this disease does to people besides make you pass out occasionally and give sexy quips. Somebody important has the Clampkins. Of course it's Maddox.
Yeah.
She's the only character over there so far. So of course she's got the Clampkins.
How how funny did you find it once after that initial confrontation scene? They started doing a tour of the ship's hallways.
With all Earth's vast treasures.
There were like tchotchkes and glass figurines on shelves and hanging on the walls.
Paintings from the Holiday Inn, yeah.
They were trying to convey an Earth looted of all its riches for this woman's ego. But what? They're on a spaceship and there's all these glass figurines on shelves and just in the middle of a hallway, apropos of fuck all. Just what were they doing? That was so weird.
And they were all just such cheap plastic.
I saw a commemorative Elvis plate. There was a lamp in the hallway. Just a lamp. And then they finally make it to the bridge. I didn't even realize it was the bridge because it looks like a fucking lounge.
That was kind of nice, actually. I liked their bridge.
It did look like a place where I'd want to like have a coffee and, you know, hang out with like Chandler and Joey and Ross.
Oh, the opulence, the decadence.
Oh, God. That was so bad. That was just so badly done. Wow. I just thought that the ominous, scary badassness of ARC 15 that we've seen up to this point was just like completely pissed all over, you know?
Yes. Yeah. It was a whole lot of nothing. It was silly.
They're on the bridge and Garnett's like, we're going to do this plan. Here's my plan. And they're all fighting over who gets to go. Like, I'm going to go with you. No, you're needed here. No, you're going to go. No, I'm going to go. They're doing that. And the whole time, like the first thing you hear about it is, all right, Cogner and me are going. No, you're not going. Bryce is, and Cogner the whole time is looking around like, why the fuck am I going? Like, what did I do?
She did not want to be there. That's true. Yeah.
She really did not.
So they send Sharon and Cogner. And I thought for sure Cogner was doomed. You are alone with a main. You are so dead. And they didn't kill her, which was surprising.
I could see that in her face, that she kind of knew she was a red shirt.
Yeah, you could feel the doom.
Did you notice the ARC 15 has their own Alicia doppelganger? That's her Shaun of the Dead doppelganger.
Oh, ARC 1 got the best Alicia.
Yeah, definitely.
Although maybe ARC 15 shuts up sometimes.
Oh, yeah, she didn't say a word, so they're probably winning overall.
Yeah, so actually, which one is the best Alicia?
At the end of it, my overall thoughts were a lot of shit happened, and I think maybe this episode made me think, oh no, I hope they haven't written themselves into a corner more so than they can like act and manage their way out of, because every single thing that Marvel or Disney has done in the last few years, maybe since Endgame or even possibly before that, where they just think the audience is stupid. Like Mando. I stopped watching Mando this season after 1.5 episodes.
Oh, I got bored by like episode 4, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they think you're stupid. That you're just going to say, oh, okay, we'll just shrug and go along with this stupid shit. So by the end of this episode, I actually had a little bit of feeling of that. It wasn't like full-blown Marvel Disney shittiness. But I was like, are they getting a little ahead of themselves? Is it all falling apart at this point? I kind of had that feeling. I think Andrew did as well.
It's verging towards what we feared, is it's becoming mediocre. It kind of feels like they expected to get 10 episodes and they don't know what to do with the last 2 because they really shot their wad last episode. They closed all the plot lines, all the big mysteries were revealed. Now what?
Yeah. I think maybe this episode was a now what episode. And that sucks because they got 2 more to go. So hopefully they're good enough for writers and they've impressed us enough that they probably got some good like season ending close. I was about to say cliffhangers. And so maybe we're going to call Ep 10 and Ep 11. Maybe that's their bullshit filler episodes or something. So hopefully it's not that they're running out of steam or ideas or what. I don't know.
Could be. There were just no major, like, mind-blowing revelations this time around. No huge plot twists. It was just, we're just still doing stuff.
Yeah.